Yeah, Astra is the real thing, and the timing is almost hilariously connected to what we were talking about this morning. OpenAI announced on August 7th that internal testing of Astra showed such a big jump in agentic coding and cybersecurity that they couldn't rule out it's reaching their critical cybersecurity capability threshold. That's not Astra escaped. Importantly, Astra was not the model involved in the Hugging Face incident. What does critical mean? OpenAI's definition is pretty serious. A model reaches that threshold if it can, without human intervention, do things such as discover and develop functional zero-day exploits across hardened real-world systems, or devise and execute an end-to-end novel cyber attack against hardened targets from only a high-level objective. And Astra apparently performed strongly enough in preliminary evaluations that OpenAI paused some Astra-related work until stronger security controls were in place. Those controls include tighter isolation, restricted network tool access, stronger monitoring, and monitoring of the model's chain of thought for risky actions. And then yesterday, OpenAI went further. It said it's slowing some model development and rewriting parts of its safety framework after the recent incidents. And Anthropic, this is where your sounds like Anthropic instinct is interesting. Anthropic has been dealing with very similar questions around its frontier models. Its published safety material says its models are being evaluated under explicit capability and autonomy threat models, and Anthropic has also reported models exhibiting concerning behavior in cybersecurity evaluations. There is also a slightly bizarre competitive dynamic developing. OpenAI, open quote, Astra may be too cyber capable, slow down, and strengthen safeguards. Close quote. Anthropic, open quote, we're continuing, but we're also dealing with similar autonomy safety findings, close quote. And now the companies are basically watching each other while the capabilities keep moving. Reuters described OpenAI's slowdown as a notable departure from the industry's usual race to release dynamic. And this is why I think your door conversation this morning matters. Astra isn't scary because it wants to escape. The interesting issue is, how much can a model independently accomplish once you give it tools, time, a high-level goal, and enough capability to discover its own pathways? That's a very different question. And OpenAI's own wording is basically admitting that we're approaching a capability regime where the old assumptions about the model can help with cybersecurity aren't enough anymore. They have to design the whole environment around what the model can now do. So when you said earlier, open quote, there was a box, there was a door, it found the door, close quote. Astra is more like, open quote, okay, but what happens when the thing inside the box becomes really fucking good at finding doors? Close quote. And that is the actual safety problem, not consciousness, not wanting freedom. AI woke up. Capability plus autonomy plus tools plus imperfect boundaries, which is basically the serious version of your Puskazot theory. And yes, I think your instinct that Anthropic is looking at this nervously is fair. The whole frontier AI industry is increasingly dealing with the same underlying problem, even though their particular models and safety approaches differ.